Jeremy Clarkson fights back on behalf and collectively with all UK farmers that are against Labour's attack for inheritance tax. There's been recently mass protests across London that shares outright from the farming community that they are against what this Labour government have done in their recent autumn budget. This video is going to go over what Jeremy Clarkson has said. I'm going to share some commentary on my thoughts. Get in the comments down below, where do you stand on this? The Labour have recently published in their words, the truth and facts on what they're doing, and there's been outrage. Outrage across the farming community that works so hard to provide us with the food that we enjoy. We go to supermarkets to feed our children, and Labour have attacked them through their budget, and their words is to support the NHS. More money required from different communities, whether it's businesses, whether it's farmers, whether it is working hard people. It is tax upon tax upon tax, 40 billion worth of pay rises, and we need to get this conversation started. I'm going to share what Jeremy has said on screen right here. So let's go through this. So Jeremy Clarkson turns up with...
I'm here to support the farmers. It's that simple.
He's here to support the farmers. It's that simple. He has become a figurehead for UK farming. If you've seen the Jeremy Clarkson, the Clarkson Farm, it's a fantastic series. It really does showcase the difficulty of UK farming industry, all the red tape, all the hard work. They do so much. There's so much investment from livestock to fields, and there's so much that they do. And the series really did showcase how difficult it is. Early mornings, late at nights. And the farmers, they've essentially, they're in farming families, right? Generation after generation. That's what they do. It's in their DNA. It's in their blood. It's in their genes. They get out. They don't complain, they don't moan, they don't do anything. They've been attacked out the blue.
So they need all the help they can get, really.
They need all the help they can get.
What the government's proposing.
Oh God, yes. I mean, as I've said in the past, if she'd have wanted to take out the likes of James Dyson and investment bankers and so on, she would have used a sniper's rifle. She's used a blunderbuss and she's hit all this lot. It was... As I understand it, it was a very rushed last-minute decision.
Jeremy is saying that it was a rushed last-minute decision. We don't know. We don't know at what point Labour came up with this. I don't recall ever Labour saying this in their as we're going up towards the election, their campaign. Personal story. I had, just like you probably, we had the politicians come and visit at home. I had the local Labour MP come to my door. I remember opening the door up and he said,
"Are you going to be supporting Labour?"
And I said to him, okay, could you share with me what you're going to do for businesses? I run a small business. We are attempting to work our way through all the challenges of just running a business. What are you going to do for me? I want to employ more people. I want to invest more. Do you know what he said? He said to me, he said,
"I don't have the answers right now. We're going to go through a hard period of time, but will you support Labour?"
I said, "You're not giving me any answers here. There's zero answers." And do you know when he realised that I wasn't going to support Labour? As soon as he realised that I'm not supporting Labour, he just walked away. Just walked away. It's like, this house is a no-go. This house, and they moved on. I've not seen him since. We've not seen the Labour MP since. Have you seen your MP since? You know, the big majority always happens. Every time it goes to campaigns, you see them everywhere. Letters through the door, knocking on doors. And then as soon as the result is in, where do they go? I'm going to invite the Labour MP to come to this office. Let's have a meeting. Let's have a discussion. Let's share it with the people. Right? We need to know what is going on. The same offer is for Reform UK and Nigel Farage and etc.
And I think, we all make mistakes in life, and I think it's time for them to say, you know what, we cocked this one up a bit and back down. That's my view.
We all make mistakes in life. It's time to go, have we got this wrong, and back down. It's so important for people to have the ability to protest peacefully, to make their voices heard. And then it's also very, very important for the government to actually listen, right? Listen. They've recently shared a stance on their Instagram where they have said the truth about Labour's budget and farmers, the truth, with an emoji going down, tick, 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 tick. This isn't the way to have dialogue. This isn't the way to have discourse. This isn't the way to communicate with one another, right? If we wanted to have a conversation, if we wanted to have decide something, okay, what are we going to do as a family? You have a family meeting. Okay, this is what we're proposing. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts? If there's an outrageous response where it's like, no, we can't do that, you don't just come out and just go, we're doing this. That's not how this works. From a business point of view, you come up with a mission statement, a vision of what you're trying to do, and then you start to recruit great team members and leaders and managers of your business to go, okay, this is what we're trying to do, guys. Like, do we think that this is a good plan? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, let's set for this plan. We're good. Let's go. Let's commit. Let's make it happen. We don't just go out, as an owner of a business, I don't just go out and just go,
everybody stop what you're doing, this is what's happening.
Because people need to be kept informed. And then they can come up with that informed decision. And then you go, okay, this is the conclusion. This is what we need to do.
I've got a farm to pass down, but I have got a business that I've grown since I was 16 years old. So
Here's Caleb.
to pass that on to my child now, I'm going to get taxed on that. And actually, can he afford to take that business on? And if he has to then sell 2 tractors, for example, to pay that tax bill, is that going to be unprofitable to actually then make sure he can have a livelihood off that business?
It's so key. Caleb is obviously another star from the Clarkson's farm. He's essentially saying, if they've got an inheritance tax bill to pay, Labour have come out and said,
well, you can pay interest free over 10 years.
It's like, that's not the point. You're not getting what we're saying. That's like saying, we're going to do this. I know you don't like it, but we'll give you time to, to adjust to it. What Caleb just said there is, well, what happens if my children then have to sell 2 tractors? That means that 2 tractors off the production are now not able to do the work that they need to do. That means a lowering in volume, food that we need, and then the next thing, it's a great picture, stop killing the people who feed you. Stop killing the people who feed you. People are outraged with this.
The business of farming and the day-to-day operation, and actually, coming back to the
It's Charlie from Clarkson's farm.
Caleb mentions the business property relief. This isn't just a tax on farms. This is a tax on every small, medium-sized business in the country, which is, the backbone of of Britain's economy.
100% agree. 100% agree. They're out to attack, and they're absorbing as much as they possibly can from the private sector to the public sector. The public sector that we all appreciate so much from a perspective of the NHS, from a perspective, calling for an ambulance, calling for the police, firing, the public sector is what we appreciate. There's no doubt about it. There's a real argument and discussion to have. When a private sector, when a private business is not making money, you go insolvent. You start to work towards closing down of the business. When a public sector is not making money and there's black holes to be found, their answer is not to try finding out what the root causes are to be able to get to a profitable way. Their answer is, we'll just take more money from different communities. UK farmers, businesses, working people. What's the definition of a working person? They're coming out for everybody, and we need to talk about it. We need to talk about it and make our voices heard. So comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are here. Share this video. Let's get this conversation going. They're supported by Reform UK. Reform UK, Nigel Farage, they're the ones that were there showing their support that we can't do this, and I'm there 100% as well. So we need to have the conversation. We need to talk to as many people as we possibly can. Get in the comments, share your voice, whatever side that you're in. Do you agree with what the UK farmers are saying? Do you disagree with what the UK farmers are saying? Are you on the Labour side or are you on the farmers' side? Let me know your comments down below. I think I've made, hopefully, my position very, very clear. These are unsung heroes that we need in our society. Every day they are working so hard. They're breaking their backs. They are doing everything possible. And what if they just said, we ain't doing this anymore. We're done. What would happen then? Speak soon.